Hi, welcome back to my garden. The world just keeps on getting to becoming a more and more incomprehensible place. The unthinkable just seems to happen on it would seem, a daily basis. And last weekend, on Sunday, the international chess community was met with tragic and most unexpected news. The American Grandmaster Daniel Naroditsky, 29, had passed away. Now, who was Daniel Naroditsky? He was an ex-world champion, admittedly the world under-12 champion, but he was an exceptionally strong chess player. At his peak, he was in the top 100 in the world, comfortably, and in faster time limits. And if you're not a chess player, as you probably aren't watching this channel, possibly not, one can play slower or faster forms of chess. And Daniel Naroditsky was in the top 100 or 200 active players in what is called classical chess, slower time controls, games that take 4 hours or more to complete. But in fast time controls, blitz and bullet chess, he was another story altogether. He was very much at the highest level. Blitz chess is time controls where you have maybe 5 minutes for all your moves and perhaps got to get a 2-second increment, or maybe you have 3 minutes for all your moves, 2-second increment per move. So they're games that are over in less than 10 minutes. Bullet chess, no increment, and maybe as fast as 1 minute for all your moves. I mean, it's extraordinary watching these players, the level they can play. Very much an online thing, but they can do it in the flesh as well. I mean, just physically moving 50 chess pieces and pressing a clock in under a minute, making 50 chess moves, is a physically challenging activity, but these players are up to it. And Daniel Naroditsky was one of the very best. He recently finished in the top 10 in the world Blitz Championships, and a very, very strong player. Probably his greatest contribution to chess, however, was that of an explainer of chess, an educator. And I would venture forth that of elite level players, he was the very best when it came to making impossible ideas comprehensible to mere mortals at every level of the game. He really did have a Feynman-esque touch in that regard. If you don't know what I'm referring to, the Nobel Prize winning physicist Richard Feynman was noted for his lectures and his ability to explain things like quantum mechanics to ordinary people. And in his lectures, the ability to make complex ideas accessible at much lower levels. So he wasn't just someone who hung out with the postgraduate students. He was happy to teach undergraduates and give them a pathway into much deeper ideas. So Naroditsky was an explainer of chess on that sort of level. But in recent times, his name had become embroiled in a dreadful business. And that's why this video is actually on my general YouTube channel rather than my chess channel. because I think it's of real importance to everybody, and the chess side of it is incidental to a deeper idea that I'd like to present today. And I would argue that it's a sort of canary in a coal mine type of scenario. Now, let me unpick all of that. The last time chess, perhaps not the last time, but one of the most recent episodes that brought chess into the public domain, perhaps the biggest, was a cheating scandal. Hans Niemann beat Magnus Carlsen. Carlsen accused him of cheating, and all hell broke loose. And the whole world got involved. People arguing about the merits of the case and presenting reasonable thoughts on the matter, and also quite ludicrous ideas. How was he cheating? Apparently, according to one theory, and a theory that, if my memory serves me correctly, that even Elon Musk latched onto, it was anal beads. Yes, he was getting messages via carefully sequestered alerting devices. Ridiculous. But cheating grabs the public attention, and it certainly has become an issue in chess because, quite simply, computers in seconds can give you the answer to positions, to your conundrums, and play at a incomprehensibly stronger level than even the very best players in the world. And in the online chess world, and there are far more people who play chess online than over the board, cheating has become something of a problem. It's hard to prevent. If I'm playing a game against someone on the internet, I have no idea if he's looking up ideas in a book or using a computer, or has a friend telling him some moves. There's no way of controlling against this. So one relies on an honor system and also on some very careful software, very cunning, I should say, software that is able to sometimes detect when people have been cheated. But that's not what I want to talk about today. It's more mentioning out of a desire to provide context, shall we say. Now, online cheating for amateurs like me is an annoyance, but for professionals, it's an issue. And on chess.com, the world's largest platform, there is a big event that is hosted every Tuesday, Title Tuesday. It's a blitz tournament for players with chess titles only, masters, and there's prize money. And there are quite clearly people who have cheated in this event. And a few years ago, the ex-world champion, Russian world champion, Vladimir Kramnik, started to call foul. And he made a series of videos. He was quite outspoken in his statements, and a lot of the sort of online chatter, the podcasts and responses to what he was alleging, people said, look, his methods may be questionable. He may be overstating the case, but he has a point. Now, why he was doing it is another matter, and that is one for speculation. But this is a video that is about to become very much mired in speculation. Because what have these two things got to do with each other? Vladimir Kramnik's over-the-top videos and calling out of online chess cheating, and the tragic passing of Daniel Naroditsky. Well, you can probably guess. Naroditsky had been, if not accused, vigorously insinuated that he was cheating, amongst a number of other very strong chess grandmasters. And Kramnik is extremely skillful at not directly mentioning people, just saying, well, here's a little statistical anomaly, what do you make of it? I'm not saying that, but. And he was quite aggressive in his pursuing of Naroditsky. And Naroditsky pushed back and things got ugly. In another case, the Czech chess grandmaster, David Navarra, who's by all accounts a lovely man. He does seem like a gentle soul, brilliant, a little unusual. He has, or it has been discussed, that he's very much in the sort of Asperger spectrum, but he is able to communicate, and he is a lovely man and a brilliant chess player. And to be accused of cheating was almost unthinkable for him, and the pressure that he felt under was immense. And he called out to FIDE, the world governing body, to step in, and they didn't really. And in his sort of public plea, he expressed the idea that he was, or he had felt almost suicidal. And of course you can see where this is going. There is now much speculation of, well, is that the fate that Daniel Naroditsky met? Because in recent online interviews and in streaming events, he has spoken about the psychological troubles traumas he's undergone as a result of this brutal assault from Kramnik. And at the very least, he was having great trouble sleeping, and in his last stream, he was visibly in trouble, having little micro sleeps, and he'd mentioned how he was taking, I think it's Benadryl, to try and deal with this insomnia. And as I say, this is the realm of speculation. No one knows. There hasn't been as yet a published account. Family have kept understandably quiet about this, but there's no public pronouncement about why Naroditsky, how he died. But you feel it's connected to health-related issues that were quite clearly a result of online bullying. I don't know what to call it, but it's dreadful. And this is my point of mentioning in a sort of larger platform, that it does seem to me that the tragic passing of Naroditsky is a high-profile example of the price that is paid for unlimited, what can we call it? Freedom of speech. But the fact that there is no real control, it's a free-for-all out there. And it does seem to me that this sort of aggressive, brutal public attack has become a legitimate way of behaving online. And that's worrying. Now, most people don't behave the way Kramnik does, or the way some, and you can insert figures as you will, some public figures use the internet. Most of us don't, but a simple question to ask is our behavior kind and serving a good purpose? Why are we doing what we are doing? And that's a tough question to ask. Now, I've sort of reached my watershed moment of time stamp of 15 odd minutes, so it's probably as good a moment as any to wrap this up. And perhaps after watching it, I'll need to do a part 2 where I look at this in more general terms, or perhaps not. At any rate, that's it for this week. It goes without saying that first thoughts are with all of the loved ones nearest and dearest to Daniel Naroditsky. The loss is extraordinary and felt by the world chess community at large. But I think it's a tragedy which we need to pay heed to. It's a serious business. Dark times, but I hope your lives are filled with joy. And let me know what you think in the comments below. Until the next video, sunny Brazil.